Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome to World of Warship Misplays. Today I'm having a look at Rackham's Montana. He had a bit of a game, but unfortunately it didn't all go Team Dream's way. There were lots of hurdles in the way. So let's see what we got. We've got an Essex on the enemy team, a Shishkashima, an Ohio, a Rhode Island, two Columbos, a Yoshino, two Petros, one Bremen, one Venezia, and of course a U-2501. So one sub, one carrier aside, which always makes things interesting. And here we are in the Montana, basically an upgunned Iowa class. They basically took the hull of the Iowa and reinforced it. She's got 38mm deck armor. Okay. The nose and tail, or bow and stern, are a measly 32mm. So she's quite a soft ship. To put some perspective into that, standard German HE at tier 10 pens 38mm, and she's got a 38mm deck. So she is a bit of a target for HE spammers. Okay, on the plus side, she is armed with 12 406mm guns, and the accuracy and heavy AP damage is pretty damn fine. She is the original gangster. Quite a strong ship when you think of the guns. The Citadel sits on the waterline. It's fairly well armored, but it's not protected by a turtleback as such. Okay, there's a Venezia on the flank. And we're not shooting at the Venezia. Okay. He is turning. The Venezia is changing course. So I can see why Mr. Ham here decided that was probably not the best plan. He didn't want to give his position away. Even though he got detected by aircraft, but that's just is what it is. And we're going for the cheek plate on the Shishkashima, are we? I mean, at this range you're very unlikely to pen it, but well, get a Citadel, but you might pen. You should pen and get some pretty decent damage if he stays on that course and heading. Pretty good shells, and he hits for 13,365 and takes 12,804 in exchange. So a reasonably equal exchange between him and the Shishkashima. Meanwhile, the Petropavlovskis are coming down the map, the middle of the map, in a conga line, with the Ohio bringing up the rear. We've got a Nakamov in the middle. We've got St. Vincent, Rhode Island. Yep, there's a submarine over there. They're seldom where you think they are, however. Let's see if he gets lucky with those. Does he get lucky with those? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's see. No. Okay. Lucky guess. So one of the Petros is going into A. The other Petro, of course, got deleted because in mid at the moment we've got a Rhode Island, a St. Vincent, and a Hawaii. There's also a Napoli taking up the position on the side of the donut. And when I say donut, I'm referring to the island chain around A on the minimap. Ship is on fire. Okay. Oh, he got a hit on the submarine this time. Very good, very good. We don't seem to have much going on the D flank. If you look on the flank at D, you'll see the Laurier is retreating. The Prince Van Orange is out on a limb. The Hawaii is moving in. There's a lot going on. The defense is hovering in the background. But there is a distinct lack of destroyers in this game. In fact, there are no destroyers in this game, so the team don't have any eyes. They're relying solely on the carrier and submarines for their eyes. And since we just lost the I-5644 on the one line, the team is effectively blind on the left flank. As you can see, the Colombo is realizing this and is now turning and heading with a view to heading south. But there's nowhere to retreat to, my Colombo friend. Hindenburg is confused. I'm not surprised. We just lost a turret in an exchange with the Ohio. But I'm not too surprised at that. The Ohio has 4.57mm guns. However, he's again based on Iowa hull and quite soft. Reinforced, of course. And 17,447 and our first citadel of the game. Very nicely done, Mr. Ham. Very nicely done indeed. And we've got the Nakamov looking pretty low, so someone must have lit him, probably the Essex. And then I'm imagining the Shishkashima took a pot shot at him from across the map. Colombo's just dealt with our Hawaii, so Team Red's Colombo sniped our Hawaii and is pushing hard down the 9 line, unsupported by his team. Meanwhile, the Rhode Island and the St. Vincent are forming a sort of pack, if you like, or a squadron in the mid. St. Vincent is backing off from the Colombo, bows on. Defense is moving up, and Mr. Ham is trying to make the best of a bad situation and is retreating from the flank and into mid behind the Nakamov. And I don't blame him. Sooner or later, Team Red are going to realise they have the advantage and they're going to push that flank. And there is a U-2501 spotting for them. It's a very strange game. Very strange game indeed. I'm not used to seeing games with no destroyers in, but this has become a fairly regular thing with the wargaming matchmaker. No one wants to play DDs. I can't imagine why. I mean, we've got radar in the game. Lots of radar in the game. A lot more radar than we used to have. Hydro is everywhere. Okay. Long range hydro of 6 kilometers is now almost everywhere. It's getting harder to play DDs all the time, and of course CVs play their part in spotting DDs as well. So, and submarines haven't helped. In all honesty, submarines haven't helped either. So it's not much fun playing a DD anymore. Shishkashima just took our Hindenburg, and Mr. Ham is eyeing up the Essex. Firing AP into the flight deck. Good luck with that, sir. Good luck with that. I wish those shells well as they wing their way over the island. And he gets 2 ricochets. Of course he does. Of course he does. And at this stage, things aren't looking very good, are they? St. Vincent just took out their Colombo, though, so power to him. I don't know what the Rhode Island's been doing. He has literally been sailing round and round the Nakamov very slowly, questioning his life choices, I imagine. There's nothing in mid, mate. There hasn't been anything in mid since the Petro Congo at the start of the game. So you're not getting any value out of your Rhode Island there, sir. Yoshino just took out the St. Vincent. Venezia just took out the Nakamov. And our man here in the Montana just managed to get 3 citadels on the Bremen. Those 406s are really strong, aren't they? We do like 406s. Meanwhile, he's taking a little bit of fire from the other Colombo on the other flank, because yes, Team Red had 2 Colombos. Of course they did. Of course they did. And still refused to push. I think the submarine has pushed up, surely, but I'm not seeing anyone else. Yeah, I saw some torps there heading towards the Rhode Island. But what on earth is going on down there at J2? He's absolutely right to throw attention to J2. Okay. So that's our Colombo, and he is literally up against the side of the map and has practically given up because he's got no eyes. He can't see the Shishkashima unless it fires on him. He can't see the U-2501, which is now heading towards the Rhode Island with a view to a kill. He can't see the Colombo. He is effectively blind unless they fire. You can see them now, but I imagine they're all firing at him. It's a most unfortunate situation. And then over at D, we've got the Yoshino and the Bremen hiding behind the islands and capping. So the Team Red will now have 3 caps, and they are a couple of 100 points ahead at this point. With Team Green only having 5 ships left. to Team Red's 7. Those shells on the Yoshino look pretty good. And we get another 3 citadels. So we now have 7 black ribbons and a Confederate medal. Meanwhile, the U-2501's just dealt with the Colombo.
All stations, proceed to capture that area.
The Rhode Island is running for his life.
Teammate, I need your support.
The Nakamov sank a while back. And we're down to just 4 ships on Team Green.
Problem solved, sir.
Meanwhile, the Prince Van Orange has been screaming for support at sea. He really didn't fancy his chances going in there alone. And it looks like Team Green is rallying behind the defense and pushing up with a view to knocking out the Bremen and taking C. Did I say C? Taking D. Okay, torpedo bombers from the Essex. There's the Bremen, and he vanishes. So we went for a blind fire again. Now, last time he blind fired, he got a lot of citadels. This time, he sinks it. So, I guess if you throw 12 406s in the right direction, they're going to do something, aren't they? They're going to do something really quite impressive. Of course, Mr. Ham healed a single fire earlier, so he now has to soak up the flood as his damage repair is on cooldown. Understandable situation, really. Understandable. There's a lot of stress in this game. Team Red have 3 of the caps. Team Green is now taking the D cap back. Team Red are at 823 points. More planes coming in from the Essex. Still no sign of the U-2501, who's been playing it very stealthy indeed. But I imagine the Venezia, the Shishkashima and the Colombo are now pushing for all their worth towards sea, with only our friend in the Montana to stop them. Defense and Prince Van Orange have moved across and should be taking the cap shortly, but the Essex, that is not feeling threatened anymore by anything, has been merrily decapping them the entire time. Meanwhile, the points bleed away. We're at Team Red are on 867 and Team Green are on 529. So it's at this point that Mr. Ham in his Montana realizes that he's really going to have to do something really quite exceptional, and there goes the defense. Oh no. Oh, no. That is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. They've just lost their defense. And now Team Red are at 935 points. Oh no. The match will be over very shortly. But what's this? 193,345 damage down, 7 citadels, and 1 sinking. What if I told you he's going to almost double that in the next few seconds? Here we go. So something is capping C, just to add insult to injury and to really rub salt into the wounds. And there's the Colombo at 5.6 kilometers. Here comes the SAP. Out Chihuahua, 21k damage. Essex is attacking again for another 9k, so he's just taken 30,000 damage. There's the Shishkashima. Four citadels, 62,253 damage in response. Yes, you read that right. 62,253. OMG. That's a lot of damage. Shishkashima returns fire and chips him. Chips him with his 500mm guns. And down goes the Shishkashima. 3 citadels and a sinking, and we're already up to 296,088 damage. Team Red is at 965. The submarine is attacking, but he's under 3 kilometers, so 3k damage from the torps on a submarine. Mr. Ham lets the Columbo have it, and another 3 Citadels and a Dev Strike. And he gets another kill. So 3 medals, 3 kills, 347,787 damage down. I shit you not. And the Essex carries on burning and bombing and rocket planing him. Meanwhile, the Prince Van Orange has capped D, finally. And Team Red are about to win. They need 20 points. Unbelievable bad fortune. I can't believe how unlucky they've been. If they'd only kept the defense up, who knows? Kept you in the game. There's the submarine. The U-2501 is doing another point-blank attack. And Montano is getting 95% damage reduction from this and takes 5k damage from all those torps. Gets a direct hit on the submarine. And that's game. Well, 352,000 points of damage in the end. 4 medals. He gets a dreadnought. I'm not surprised. And this should, in any normal sort of world, be a win. But this is not any normal sort of world, my friends. This is World of Warships. Misplays. Season 1. And Rackham in his Montana, top of the team, 2,000 experience. And if he'd won, he'd have been well over 3k, heading towards 4k experience. My goodness, what a game. Well played, sir. And how unfortunate to have such a team. This must have been really frustrating. Okay, let's look at the credits and XP. I'll just show you the damage breakdown there. Credits and XP. Bonus package on 50%. For clan merits, 100% bonus package. So let's face it, if he'd had any other boosters on, he would have been heading towards 2-3 million credits easily. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did narrating it. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you.